Hey guys, Merry Christmas! Tomorrow is December 1st, and I have been playing with a couple of things to make some Christmas gifts and Christmas tags, and I wanted to show you guys like a really cute craft. You could do this with kids pretty easily. I would say, maybe like 8 years old and above could probably do this. And it's so fun for me because ever since I was little, my mom always got ornament crafts for us to do like the month of December to put on the tree. And I had a ton of those ornaments for years and years. And then sadly, my husband and I had a house fire in 1998 and I lost all of them. But my sister offered to, give me like half of what she had. And I said, no, you keep them. But that's what this kind of reminds me of, the stuff we used to do as kids. And it's really only a couple of things depending on what you have in your house. But he can go on a tag. Now I don't think you can really turn him into an ornament unless you glue, a tie or something on the back. But I'm going to put him on a tag. So these, I got these last year at Hobby Lobby, but I'm sure they still have them. And you can also get stuff like this at Dollar Tree. And so last year they were $3.99, Christmas crafts, and they're just called mini icons. So you could even try Amazon and things like that. But the reindeer were up here, and I took the reindeer, and I would use alcohol markers. And I think that's what's gonna color the best if you have alcohol markers at home. You could use probably water-based marker, but I don't know that that's gonna hold as well. But to get the brown, because the reindeer, he was this color, and to get this brown, I used a Distress stain. And the one I used, it's Ranger Distress Spray Stain. And this is Vintage Photo, all right? The name of the color's down there. And it was that easy. Shake it up just a little, kind of like side to side, spray it. He'll have a little bit on there, and I just lightly dabbed like the excess that was up off of that. And you're not gonna overspray him at all. So that's what I did. That was a real fast. I had like 8 lined up, sprayed them. He was brown, just like a little reindeer. However, I did my first one. This was in a different color, and I'll show you. And I didn't care for this like reddish stain. It was another Ranger. I don't know what color it was, but Vintage Photo is this nice brown. Now to get these little pearl eyes and nose, that's really easy too. You could still color with marker, but I think once you spray stain this whole thing, I don't think marker is going to go over that brown. So I used liquid pearls. And the 2 colors I used were, let's see if I can find them here. So I used Liquid Pearl Rouge. And this Liquid Pearl, it doesn't really have a color, but it just says Dimensional Pearlescent Paint. And this is Ranger also. And you can get these I know you can get all this at Michael's. I just don't know what colors you're gonna find. But I've also gotten them on Amazon. And I don't know, Hobby Lobby just keeps getting rid of a lot of their craft stuff that goes with paper crafting. So I don't know if you'll find that at Hobby Lobby. And then to put these pearls on, I'll show you how to see, it's gonna be raised. And it's meant to do that. It's meant to sort of give you a raised look because they're supposed to look like little pearl gems. And to do that, test out your bottle, because if you have air in here, it'll sometimes like spit out like a whole bunch of stuff, just like kind of it did. I don't know if you saw that on camera. I don't know if I was close enough, but get a little bit started. And then to do the nose, I just went around that line and it sort of filled in the center on its own. And don't go too fast and don't squeeze out too much at once. And you just kind of want to go around that nose, that shape of that nose, and the center will kind of fill in on its own. And it's a little forgiving. Like you can definitely, and this does seem a little bit clogged right now. I have been using it, but it doesn't usually clog up like that. But there is a clog in there. Let's see if we can, there we go. And just keep a straight pin or something nearby and it'll unclog it really easily. And then the same thing, that straight pen, like if, straight pen, if you don't like the shape of this, you can definitely, oh, it's still clogged. There we go. You can definitely smooth it out with that pin if you don't like the shape of your nose. So let's say, for example, that I just maybe have like too big of a bump. You can take your pin up until it starts to dry. You can do this. You can kind of smooth it out a little and make more of a shape for that nose. And then you're going to do the same thing with the eyes. However, the eyes are so tiny that you only want to do like a tiny little squirt and then do a little swirly up to the top to stop that round, or to create that round look. And it will flatten out a little bit on its own. And then the same thing, if you don't like the shape, I'm gonna get a different pin so that doesn't have red on it. And if you don't like the shape, they're getting pretty round actually on their own, but you can do the same thing and just kind of get those rounded out. And that's, you know, what you can do with kids and stuff. I think it's a super fun craft. However, some of the ones that came in this kit, I think would be a little harder to decorate. So I think the Santa, I think he would take a little bit of time. The truck was really easy. I'll see if I have a truck. Yeah, here's one that I did, just blue. Did the tires and the tree. So the truck was a pretty easy one to color, but some of them are gonna take a little more time. Candy canes were really easy. And I did strictly markers on the candy canes. And it was a white paint pen. So I actually used this painter's medium and it was just plain white. I don't even know if it says plain white. I don't even see the color on this one. It probably was a sticker and I took it off. That I used, and then alcohol markers. I actually used Cherry Cobbler Stampin' Blends, and this these are from Stampin' Up, and it's a 2-pack for 10, and you get a dark and a light, and I used the dark Cherry Cobbler. But you could use Copic markers on this, which are a little more expensive. And I have a few of these, and you could use Copic markers, depending on, you know, the type of point. So I have the chisel side, and then I have the fine point side. But that's how those, I liked this Cherry Cobbler. These have 2 ends. These have a fine point, and then they have like a paintbrush point to them. And so this was a lot easier to color in. And then the paint pen, I did actually a couple layers of white, and just kind of, here, I'll show you on a plain one. So I did paint the white first and just kind of went up to that line. And if you have to shake these to get them a little more usable, the paint pens have that, I don't know if you can hear that, they have the like ball in there to create that mixture. And I just kind of went up to that dark line. And then with alcohol markers, these bleed, and they're meant to so that you can blend them. That you have to be careful of, because you just want to go like up to the line and you don't want to get too close, and that ink will just kind of bleed into that wood. But that's what made it really easy to color in, and to color in pretty fast. And the candy cane was easy because it did have those lines to use as a guide. All right, so alcohol markers, as far as a white alcohol marker, you're probably going to have a hard time finding it. They exist, but the paint pens are a lot easier. And if you've ever done the the pebble stone painting and the art, I forget what that's called, where you paint the stones, then you might have paint markers laying around. But I just thought these little Rudolph came out really cute with that pearl, liquid pearls. So I am going to try to also do, put these on a tag and then show you how those come out. So that might be another video. But thanks for watching, and I hope that you guys get your Christmas crafts on, and I don't know what I'll be doing. I'll try to do that tag video, but thanks for watching.